Hi, today on Cool Collectibles, we will be talking about crazy stories about Rowdy Piper. Number 10, smashing a wheelbarrow bottle against his head. Well, in a promo, he took a beer bottle and hit himself in the head, making him bleed profusely from his forehead. He later stated on that he did not remember anything after hitting himself in the head. Number 9, Starcade 1983 car match. Some of you might not remember this match because of Ric Flair versus Harley Race for the championship. But this match was so brutal that it inspired a young Mick Foley. Piper versus Greg Valentine's dog car match was so ridiculously dangerous and violent. They wore thick little straps around their necks with a heavy chain connecting them. Valentine hit Rowdy with the chain so hard in his ear that he lost the majority of hearing in that one ear. Number 8. Cyber Sunday saved his life. In 2006, Piper and his longtime friend Ric Flair became the tag team championships when Rowdy was voted to be Ric Flair's partner at Cyber Sunday. But while defending the tag team champion belts on the European tour, he began to notice that his legs were giving out during matches, leading him to be sent back to the U.S. to visit the WWE doctors. It turned out that he had cancer, and Rowdy Piper said without the tag team won, he wouldn't have got chucked out. Number 7. Rowdy's car got stuck on railroad tracks. After the Fresno incident, their car slid off the road and became stuck on the railroad tracks. Don Morocco was driving in the rental car. They tried to lift it, but the rocks on the railroad tracks made it impossible to move it, and a train barely missing it. They reported it stolen. Number 6. Beating up Kevin Nash. In 1997 WCW Slamboree, Piper and Nash disagreed on how the match should play out, and Rowdy decided to do the opposite of what was agreed upon. What happens next differs. Rowdy claims he dived Nash and threw him out of the dressing room. Nash claims he face-palmed Rowdy to the ground. But what happens, we may never really know. Number 5. La Cucaracha. Before WWE, Rowdy was wrestling at AWA. In a feud with Chavo Guerrero Sr., he would mock him and his heritage. He said that he would make an apology, but he planned something else instead. He said that he would play the Mexican national anthem, but instead, he picked up his bagpipes and played La Cucaracha, which made the fans go irate, throwing chairs, cementing him as one of the biggest heels. Number 4. Fresno Bar Fight. This story involves Rowdy Piper, Don the Rock Morocco, and Cowboy Bob Orton in Fresno, California in 1986. After a wrestling match, they decided to go to a restaurant. But after that restaurant closed, they were looking around for another restaurant when they found the Fresno Hoffa Bar, but were denied service because they were closing soon. Piper and Orton began mouthing off, according to the bartender. Then a patron was knocked over in his chair, minding his own business. Then they exchanged words, and then Rowdy ordered him to the ground, and then they left. But then the cops were called. But to remember, they did drink a lot at the first restaurant before going to the other one. Number 3, the coconut incident. This story involves Jimmy Snuka. One of the most infamous episodes of Piper's Pit was when Piper smashed a real coconut against Jimmy Snuka's head. But there was 2 stories about how this happened. The first story is Jimmy Snuka said that Rowdy did it out of the blue, which Rowdy corroborated. But then later in his book, The Superfly, the Jimmy Snuka story, he claims that they spent hours planning it, but it was most likely improvised. But it did actually cause permanent neurological damage, said by his legal counsel when he went to trial for his girlfriend's murder. Number 2, the trashed hotel room. He painted himself half black for a wrestling match, and afterwards, when trying to get the paint off, he could not because Andre switched the solution to get it off with water. So he did the only thing he could do in that situation, to get drunk. And then he woke up hours later in a hotel room, not knowing how he got there, with no door and a Mickey Mouse plush for his daughter. So he went home, and he had to sit in the sauna for almost a month to get it all off. Number 1, Rowdy Piper was stabbed 3 different times during his career, but one of the worst times was at a show in Wowing, North Carolina, when a guy with a buck knife came after him on the sidelines. Sergeant Slaughter said that Rowdy chased him down a hallway, and the police got involved, stopping his attacker. Rowdy said he wanted a few minutes alone with his attacker. The cop said, "Why?" And Rowdy lifted his hand off his chest and blood came out at every heartbeat. Sergeant Schroeder brought him to the hospital. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.